Hello, everyone, and welcome to Data Storage for AI Success. Today's webinar is sponsored by HPE and produced by Actual Tech Media. My name is Keith Ward. I'm with Actual Tech Media, and I am delighted to be here with you today for this special event. But before we get to the main content, I do need to cover some housekeeping items to help you get the most out of this webinar. And the most important thing to point out here is that we want your questions for our experts. Just drop them in the questions box in the webinar control panel over there on your right. When the presentation today is done, I'm going to join our experts for a fun Q&A session. So keep those questions coming in. Now, that Q&A panel is also the place to let us know about any technical issues you might be experiencing. A browser refresh is the first thing you want to do to fix most audio, video, slide advancement issues. So if something goes sideways on you, give your browser a quick refresh or two, and that should fix things. If that doesn't work, well, let us know in the Q&A and we'll hop on and help you out. Okay, next, take a look at the handouts section. That's right next to your questions tab there, just to the left. And you'll find a lot of great resources. I especially want you to see a link to find out more about the HPE Discover conference coming up in Las Vegas this June. Now, another resource you should check out in that handout section is the Actual Tech Media Decisions Group, which is a panel of IT decision makers that you can apply to join to participate in some more in-depth events and other opportunities not available to other folks. There is also a link to the Actual Tech Media Events Center, which has our calendar of more upcoming events just like this one. So see what looks good and sign up today. Okay, next, just before we wrap up today, we're going to be awarding a $250 Amazon gift card to one of you. Now, you do have to be in attendance during the entire live event to qualify for the prize. The official terms and conditions of the prize drawing can be found in the handout section if you want to look that over. And finally, as I mentioned before, we want your questions, and to encourage those questions, we are going to be giving away another $50 Amazon gift card, this one to the best question that comes in today. So once the event is over, we're going to round up all of your great questions. We're going to pick the best one, and we're going to send the person who asked that a $50 Amazon gift card. So there are multiple ways to win today. So keep that in mind, and remember, questions, questions, questions. With that, folks, let's get to the main event here. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our presenters, Stephen Bacon, Senior Director for File, Object, and AI Storage with HPE, and David Yu, Senior Product Marketing Manager for Storage, also with HPE. They are ready to go, and David is going to be kicking this off. David, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Welcome to this Data Storage for AI Success webinar. I'm David Yu from HP GreenLake Data Storage Services Marketing, and joining me is Stephen Bacon, HPE Senior Director for File, Object, and AI Storage. Thank you for being here, Stephen.
It's great to be here, David.
Stephen, AI or artificial intelligence is definitely the new frontier of technology. NVIDIA is leading the charge with its newly announced Blackwell GPU platform that will enable organizations everywhere to build and run real-time generative AI on trillion-parameter large language models at up to 25x less cost and energy consumption than before. According to Jensen Huang, NVIDIA CEO, generative AI is the defining technology of our time, and Blackwell is the engine to power a new industrial revolution that will realize the promise of AI for every industry. Now, the Blackwell GPU architecture features transformative technologies for accelerated computing that will help unlock breakthroughs in data processing, engineering simulation, electronic design automation, computer-aided drug design, quantum computing, and of course, generative AI. Now, all these are emerging industry opportunities for HP and NVIDIA as partners, and together, we plan on delivering innovative end-to-end solutions for enterprise computing and the future of AI. Now, with that exciting background as context, let's just start with the following question. How does AI accelerate new industry breakthroughs?
So AI mimics human processes such as reasoning, understanding, designing, planning, and communicating. AI can enable faster time to insights, discovery, and innovation. AI is increasingly essential to businesses for both competitive advantage and their very success. Perhaps let me illustrate in more practical terms with some examples of real AI use cases. Let's start with one you mentioned, generative AI. Generative AI models can create marketing content, software code, user interface designs, and much more. And now retrieval-augmented generation, or RAG for short, bridges the gap between enterprise-specific knowledge and common language models. Call analytics can be used to analyze user calls and behavior to improve efficiency, to improve customer service, and ultimately, therefore, customer satisfaction. In sales and marketing, AI can be used for customer segmentation and targeted marketing. AI can personalize and tailor product recommendations and messaging. It can enable dynamic pricing for optimized pricing strategies. And AI can provide predictive analytics to forecast sales and optimize conversion rates. In financial services, AI is used for automated analysis and reporting to streamline financial processes. It can advance risk assessment for evaluating potential financial transactions. And it can improve fraud prevention through detection of data pattern anomalies. And finally, in healthcare, AI is used for diagnosis using medical image analysis and research to accelerate new drug development. These are just a subset of the many ways AI can enhance and advance the very way that we live and that we work. Not to mention the very interesting developments in robotics where AI can equip robots to learn new skills and respond in real time to changing situations.
Wow, that's a lot. Now, what would you say are the key technology enablers for AI? And what does HPE do to deliver on these key enablers?
Well, what comes to mind first for many people when thinking about AI infrastructure is compute, especially GPU-accelerated compute. Training AI models requires the processing of huge amounts of data. GPUs are highly parallel processing units that can process those vast amounts of data in a relatively short period of time. Now, with such powerful compute capabilities, you need high-performance storage that can keep pace. The storage needs to feed data fast enough to keep the GPUs busy and fully utilized. And thus, last but not least, you also need fast networking to transfer data between the storage and the compute infrastructure. HP understands this need to span the breadth and the depth of customer AI needs and really provide comprehensive integrated solutions across compute, storage, and networking. In addition to that, HP provides software including Israel Unified Analytics and services to deliver a full spectrum of offerings for AI. That is why HP is uniquely positioned to provide full AI capabilities with the hardware, the software, and the services necessary for each stage of the journey towards enterprise AI maturity.
That makes sense. Let's home in on data storage as an impact on the big picture for AI before diving into the details about data storage for AI. If the storage cannot keep pace with the computational power of GPUs, what impact does that have on AI projects?
Well, first of all, and very directly, you waste money. Think about this. The average GPU cost is above $5 per hour. So any second that a GPU spends waiting for data results is a waste of money. Now, this may seem like a small number, but over a year, an average GPU underutilization of just 10 to 15% in a 100 GPU environment can cost you approximately $1.5 million. Secondly, training AI models requires a lot of time. This means days, it means weeks, or even meaning months. For example, ChatGPT 3.0 requires months to be trained, so idle GPU time just prolongs training even further. Third, GPU underutilization means lower data scientist and data engineer productivity and delayed time to market for new products. So to summarize, The proper storage infrastructure is critical for the success of AI initiatives. So much so, according to the Infrastructure View survey by IDC, the lack of proper storage infrastructure led to a whopping 60 to 80% failure rate for AI projects. Thus, 80% of customers plan to upgrade their storage infrastructure to better support AI workloads.
60 to 80% failure rate, that's a very compelling figure. So are there other data storage characteristics that are important for the success of AI efforts?
Now, obviously, performance in terms of read and write throughput and IOPS is paramount. That's a non-negotiable requirement. But there are other critical requirements too. First, the storage solution must be simple to manage. Easy operations are critical to keep your IT staff from being overwhelmed with ongoing operational management tasks and really empower them to instead focus on more strategic, more business impacting initiatives. Simple management will allow for fast setup and job completion for data scientists and data engineers to boost their productivity. Second, the storage performance must scale linearly with the data volume. AI projects tend to grow very fast, and the storage must scale accordingly. Third, you really need data storage systems that are more efficient to increase return on investment, to increase ROI. Enhanced efficiency includes features such as data reduction, NVIDIA GPU direct storage and RDMA support, and flexible consumption options including AI storage as a service. So performance, simplicity, and enhanced efficiency at AI scale really are essential for comprehensive coverage of AI storage needs.
This sounds like the required new approach for storage for AI applications and actually for other data-intensive workloads for that matter. What are the key aspects of this new approach? Maybe we can delve a little bit further into that.
Well, we can summarize the needed new approach with the following handful of characteristics. AI storage must support the stages of AI. This includes data aggregation, data preparation, model training, model tuning, and potentially inferencing too. In addition to exceptional read performance, it must also provide fast write performance to reduce GPU idle time, including when saving training checkpoints. It must therefore support fast data access mechanisms, as I mentioned before, things such as NVIDIA GPU direct storage and RDMA. AI storage must also scale to address growing AI needs in terms of both data volume and also AI model complexity. It must be simple and easy to use, providing an intuitive cloud-like experience everywhere to enhance the productivity of both users and operators alike. Finally, it really must deliver enhanced efficiency for maximum return on investment from both capital and operating investments in the storage infrastructure.
So to summarize what you just said, storage for AI must deliver performance, simplicity, and enhanced efficiency, all at AI scale. Can you provide more details on what you mean by AI scale?
So for AI success, data storage has to deliver on all three fronts we discussed. As you mentioned, as you summarized, performance, simplicity, and efficiency. Performance at AI scale is not high performance that reaches a peak just for a small instant in time for a small subset of data. Instead, it's fast, sustained performance that spans the entire scale of your data set. And the storage architecture has to be designed for extreme scale. What I mean by extreme scale is a storage architecture that is capable of delivering far more than an organization's foreseeable requirements. This is that it can always keep pace as requirements grow and evolve, including unexpectedly so. For simplicity at scale, you've got to have simple infrastructure and data management, no matter how many petabytes of data you have. You also need a rich complement of cloud data services, all administered centrally. And finally, for enhanced efficiency at AI scale, you must have storage systems that give the best return on capital and operating investments. For example, considering such things as data reduction, data density to minimize data center space, and power and cooling efficiencies for reduced carbon footprint and high sustainability.
You also mentioned that storage for AI must address all of the stages of AI. We're talking about data aggregation, data ingestion, pre-processing, training and tuning, validation, inferencing, and fine-tuning, et cetera, et cetera. At a high level, can you describe the demands on storage from these various AI stages?
As data flows through the various AI stages, the data storage demands will vary. This graphic summarizes the required storage attributes as data moves through the AI pipeline. The arrows on the left show the predominant data flow direction. The arrows do not mean that the capacity requirements and the performance necessarily go up. They simply show that in the first two stages of AI, which are typically CPU-oriented and in which data pre-processing can be complex with limited parallelism, capacity is a greater consideration than performance for storage. However, in the model training, tuning, and inference stages, which are typically GPU-oriented and have high parallelism, you need more performance from your storage. You can get a quick sense of the storage capacity, the write performance, the read performance, and cost attributes for each AI stage by looking at the box on the right. The types of data persisted then in each AI stage are shown in the middle under the stored data column. To illustrate or to explain further, for data aggregation, it's raw data typically from a variety of sources in a variety of formats.
I see that HP GreenLake for file storage is indicated as a flexible solution that spans all the AI workflow stages on this slide. Does it deliver enterprise performance, simplicity, and enhanced efficiency, all at AI scale, which you said are requirements for the new approach to storage for AI?
Yes, it does, David. HP GreenLake for file storage has a very flexible, disaggregated, shared everything architecture. This allows for independent scaling of performance and capacity to meet storage demands without over-provisioning. It's designed for fast, predictable performance to really supercharge AI applications with its all-NVMe drives, no front-end caching, no data movement between media, and no tiered data pipelines as a result.
So it's fast. What about simplicity at AI scale?
So what we've done to address that is integrate it with the HP GreenLake edge-to-cloud platform for streamlined deployment, easy file share creation, and unified storage management with a single cloud console for simple, self-service cloud experience accessible from anywhere. This meets the requirement for increased productivity from data scientists and IT staff, allowing them to focus on their strategic initiatives instead of having to work with cumbersome legacy file systems. And with HP GreenLake, customers also have access to over 50 rich data services, rich cloud services, including backup and recovery.
And what about the third aspect? Does it deliver on enhanced efficiency at AI scale?
Yes, it does. So for efficiency, it has highly effective data reduction with a similarity algorithm. This is a more efficient approach than traditional compression and deduplication because you gain both global and local savings from data that is similar, but not necessarily an exact match. And it provides, in addition to that, an exceptional data density of more than 1 petabyte per RACU. Also, as we previously discussed, it supports things like GPU direct storage, RDMA, and InfiniBand, which also contribute to the ultimate efficiency of the environment.
In fact, it is our leading storage product for AI, is it not? But HP does have other products in our comprehensive storage portfolio for AI. So perhaps you can take a moment to describe how and why HP offers this complete portfolio.
So yes, HP GreenLake for file storage is a leading offering for AI within the HP portfolio. It does span all the stages of AI and is a great single flexible solution for customers starting their AI journey. It eliminates tiered AI data pipelines with its single all-flash capability. However, HP is really uniquely positioned with a very rich portfolio of offerings to address every organization's specific requirements with respect to AI use cases, AI workloads, and AI workflows. This includes both HP-owned offerings such as HP Cray Cluster Store, primarily for HPC-style environments, and HP Ismail Data Fabric for data lakehouses. The portfolio, though, also includes an industry-leading technology partner-enabled file and object storage portfolio such as with offerings I called HP Solutions with Weka, HP Solutions with Scalability, and HP Solutions with Cumulo. These offerings really round out a very rich data infrastructure portfolio for AI.
We've covered a lot of ground today. And Stephen, I want to thank you. It's been a real pleasure to have you share insights on data storage for AI success. I'd like to summarize what we've covered. We shared why many AI projects fail because of data storage infrastructure that cannot meet and achieve AI scale, cannot span all the stages of AI or deliver efficiency or optimize utilization of GPUs. We've also discussed the specific demands on storage as data flows through the various stages of AI, starting with data aggregation through data preparation, training and tuning, and inference. And we also discussed how HP provides a comprehensive portfolio that covers all AI data storage needs through all the stages of AI, with HP GreenLake for file storage as the flagship product. So it's a lot to cover, but I think you did a great job in answering all these difficult questions about AI. So thanks again for joining us.
Thanks, David, for taking us through this discussion. Are we going to have any questions from the audience today?
Actually, that's a great idea. So now let's take some questions from our audience to wrap up this webinar.
That sounds like a good idea to me. David and Stephen, doing some questions, some Q&A. And while we get those questions prepped and ready to go, we also want to get your feedback on the poll question that you see on your screen right now. So let us know what additional information you would like about the HPE solution. You heard a lot about that today, and it may have piqued your interest. So please let us know, let HPE know how they can help you out and what more they can explain to you about how things work. HPE is such an innovative, forward-thinking company. It's always a pleasure to be talking with them. And going to leave it up here for another few seconds while we bring David and Stephen in the house and get them on and ready to talk through some of these questions. But first, we're going to go through a couple of other things that we want you to know about. David and Stephen, are you there with us? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can indeed.
Excellent. Thank you both. So the poll is up here. Another second or two you have to answer there. Thank you so much for your feedback on that. That is really important to us and to our vendors, our sponsors for these events. So thanks so much. And let's go on to something I talked about at the beginning here. HPE Discover 2024 is coming up in June, and do you tell us a little bit about that, either one of you or both of you, and what we can expect to learn there?
Sure, Keith. I can take that. To find out more about HP storage products for AI success, I mean, one of the best ways is to attend the HP Discover event in Las Vegas. This is one of our major events of the year. The conference will take place during the week of June 17th. And if you attend, you'll be able to learn about HP storage for AI. And not only that, you can also learn about our other products. Our CEO, Antonio Neri, will welcome NVIDIA founder and CEO Jensen Huang for the keynote presentation at Sphere, which is a great place to have a presentation. You can register by going to hp.com/discover. And we hope to see you there.
Great. Now, I was in Las Vegas last week for another conference, and I badly wanted to go to the Sphere. It was closed. So I couldn't go in and see what was there, but it looks awesome, and it is a great place for a conference. So let's get to the next bit here. So we have a page of HPE resources for you to find out more about some of the things they were talking about today. And I'm going to leave this up for just another minute because there's a bunch of great information there. And I'm going to start in with some of the great questions that are coming in from everyone. So here's the first one that we got in today. This webinar that we've been going through today is on storage for AI, but you also mentioned that HPE provides comprehensive AI solutions. So can either one of you, Stephen, do you want to tackle that to tell us a little bit more about the AI solutions?
Sure. So our world really is at a life-altering inflection point. The promise of AI is becoming a reality, and it has the potential to advance the way that people live and work on a scale unlike any technology in our lifetime. Businesses that modernize with edge, with hybrid cloud, and AI all together are realizing a multiplier effect from those three dimensions. To accelerate that journey, HP is providing industry leadership with an open, full-stack AI architecture that incorporates a curated mix of software and infrastructure designed specifically to speed the AI lifecycle. HP provides AI offerings across the board with GPU-powered servers, networking, and storage, plus software elements including Ismail, Pachyderm, and Determined AI. In addition, HP provides industry-leading support and services for all of your AI needs, spanning that full portfolio and beyond.
Great. Excellent stuff there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Can you give some more details of HPE's AI storage product portfolio? So a little bit of a deeper dive there.
Sure. So to recap a little bit and touch on a few other nuggets from what I covered earlier. So we spoke about how HPE GreenLake for file storage spans all the stages of an AI pipeline and is a great single flexible AI storage solution for customers starting their AI journey. In addition, though, to address the specific AI storage requirements of every organization, HPE offers a comprehensive file and object storage portfolio. For example, customers focused on the fastest file performance with an enterprise storage experience might opt for HP solutions with Weka and pair it with HP solutions with Scalability for economical capacity requirements. Or customers wanting to extend their HPC research environments for AI workloads might opt for Cray Cluster Store. Similarly, customers looking for data lakehouses can choose HP Ismail Data Fabric and get unified analytics built thereon. And customers seeking general-purpose enterprise file storage to store, manage, and curate active unstructured data both on-prem and in the cloud might choose HP solutions with Cumulo, which provides a consistent user experience wherever data resides from edge to core and cloud. So while other vendors have just one solution that they claim is the best, one size doesn't fit all and rarely fits anyone optimally. And this really distinguishes HPE and the value that we can deliver to our customers. HPE recognizes that each customer's use cases, workloads, and workflows fundamentally differ. Thus, we deliberately take a portfolio approach so that we can provide the best solution for you and your very specific needs. So no matter where you are in your AI journey, what your environment and specific needs are, HPE has got you covered for every stage of the AI pipeline, both from a storage perspective and from a rest of stack perspective.
That's good to hear. And I think it can be especially important when it comes to AI, which, as we all know, can be terribly disruptive technology. I mean, there's a lot of good, but you got to be careful with the implementations and all of that too, don't you? Okay. Let's see. Let's get to another question here. I think we have just time for one or two more. So here's a good one. And this, I'm going to send this over to David. As you mentioned in your discussion, we're just beginning the AI journey. David, how do you see the AI storage landscape growing as a result of AI, and how will HPE GreenLake address that growth for customers? Good stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Keith. Well, AI is growing, and it's growing because there's all this voluminous data growth out there, and it's exponential, and there's a lot of value in that data. The value lies in the insights that you can extract from that, right? So you have to go through and process all this. As Stephen mentioned, we need compute resources to kind of power through all the processing. That's why we have GPUs. So it's kind of like a snowball effect, right? You've got all this data. people are starting on their AI journey, and as they progress further, they'll extract value and insights, which leads to more AI projects and more data growth. And the way that you have to manage that data growth is you have to have simple management. You have to have a platform that's able to see your entire infrastructure. So that's where HP GreenLake comes in. We talked about simplicity at AI scale. You can't have your IT staff and your line of business application owners and data scientists doing all the IT work before and after you run your AI jobs. I mean, even if you have a compute and storage infrastructure that's very fast, in order to do the setup and just to get to that performance and also the post-processing takes a lot of time. So you need something like HP GreenLake, the edge to cloud platform, with all the simple management with a single pane of glass, with the over 50 rich data services that we offer. So that's how we see addressing this growth for customers. And it is going to be a snowball effect. And without something like HP GreenLake, edge to cloud management simplicity and all the power that you get from the services, you're not going to be able to scale and have success. So I hope that addresses the question.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of come down on it this way. AI, as we talked about, can be very disruptive. It can be very complex. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. And nobody's really sure, I think, at this point where we're going to go with AI, which is that it's so nice when you're talking about something as potentially disruptive as AI to have a partner working with you like HP that has a lot of experience with this, that knows how to do it, that, as you mentioned earlier, can tune the solution to your specific needs in your specific environment. So going forward with AI, I think that kind of help, that kind of assistance, that kind of a partner can be, crucial. What do you think?
Sure, I'll take that question. So I absolutely agree. And to build on the topic of today's webinar of storage for AI and how it can enable success in responding, Keith, to that comment, there is no single storage solution that does it all for AI. However, there is the right storage solution for your AI requirements. So what I mean by that is, although something like HP GreenLake for file storage spans all the stages of AI, there are many considerations when you decide what storage to deploy. The decisions will need to account for trade-offs and the considerations of your unique requirements of your organization's environment. And that's where I touched on before, where every customer is unique in terms of use cases, workloads, and workflows. And that's something that we at HPE absolutely seek to appreciate and to optimize solutions for each customer's requirements and deliver them.
Right. So along with that, then follow up, and this is going to be the final question.
Consume, simple to use. That.
Oh. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
You were cutting out. I think your mic cut out there for just a minute. And it looks like you might still be kind of having some mic issues. So let me ask one final question. And then we're going to wrap this up here. We've been talking about all of these AI solutions and what HPE can do. Is it possible then to make these AI solutions simple in your environment? And either or both of you can take that, and then we're going to wrap.
Okay. Since Stephen's having some issues with the audio, sure. I'll go ahead and take that. And so I guess the question is, how do you make all the various solutions simple? Is that right, Keith?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's easy to get overwhelmed and not even know where to start, I think sometimes, David. So the more you can simplify for a customer, the more they're going to like it. That is for sure.
Yeah, and it's actually, you're right. It's we need to take what is complex and make it simple. And one of the ways we do is we do have I think Stephen was just trying to answer, why do we have all these products? I mean, it seems to go counter to the concept of simplicity. So first of all, we have to look at the customer. We don't try to dictate to the customer. You have to have, implement this solution just because we're trying to sell it. We're trying to understand the customer's environment. For example, in pure research environments, maybe pure speed is more important than enterprise features and manageability, right? In mainstream business environments, the AI requirements will be different, right? So manageability and data services will be much more important to you and your IT staff. And in addition, because of the stages of AI that Stephen outlined, that we covered, they're so varied in their storage attribute requirements and considerations. It makes sense to have several products in various combinations rather than use a one-size-fits-all approach in every instance. So that's why the comprehensive portfolio is more practical to meet all customer needs. Now, what we'll do is, of course, beyond the scope of this webinar, what we do with customers is, we work with our customers to make the decision simple, right? Understanding your environment, ensuring that your particular AI storage needs are met. So no matter where you are in your AI journey, you have that. So the way that we make it simple is to have a kind of a role as a trusted advisor in a long-term partnership to work with our customers as they progress in the trajectory of AI journey. So no matter where they are in that trajectory, we'll meet them there. For certain smaller scale AI deployments, maybe standard configurations are good enough. As they require more compute and storage density, we can scale up, with our disaggregated shared everything architecture, for example, in HPE GreenLake profile storage. So there's no simple answer, but we encourage potential customers to reach out to us and work with our teams and come up with a customized solution that works for your environment. Does that? I couldn't really address it with a 1, 2, 3 type of answer, but this is basically our approach.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect, David. And that's one of the advantages of a partner like HPE that has such a comprehensive set of solutions. They can meet you wherever you are. And they will have something for your specific situation in just about every case. So that is great to know. And with that, folks, we're going to let David and Stephen go today. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for a terrific presentation and for your insights in the Q&A. It was a delight to learn more about AI storage from you today.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you. All right. And with that, folks, we are just about done today. That is a wrap, other than the very last item, and that is giving away $250 in the form of an Amazon gift card. As I mentioned at the beginning, you do have to be present for the entire event to be eligible. And we have a winner for today's event, and that winner is Joshua Van Camp from Ohio. Congratulations to you, Joshua. We will be in touch ASAP to get you your gift card. And with that, folks, on behalf of the Actual Tech Media team, I want to thank HPE for making this event possible. Thanks always to you attendees for being here, for spending part of your day with me. I really look forward to seeing you every day and can't wait to see you in the next event. That concludes everything for today, folks. You can go enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great one.